everybody. Welcome to this week's From Boxes to Butterflies, where we're going to talk about what it means to be a dreamer. This is going to be a lot of fun because my guest today is from, about halfway around the world from where I'm sitting right now, which means we have great time zone difference. But it's going to be a fun conversation. But as always, I want to begin with check in with those around you. Anybody that you know is going through a difficult time, they went through a difficult time. I talk about how we wear masks all the time, how we're always finding some reason to cover something about ourselves, and especially when it comes to emotions and how we're doing, how we're feeling. So if you know somebody that's gone through a medical issue, they have a family issue going on, there's a myriad of things, problems at work, overcoming some sort of difficulty, and when it happened initially, but then over time, it's like they're smiling, you think they're okay, so you go ahead and you just kind of, I'm not going to say you forget about them, but it's just easy to say, they're smiling, they seem happy, I don't want to bother them about it or something. You're like, no, check in on them, see how they're doing, and if they say fine, don't accept that as an answer. As Agape told me when she was on, fine, that's feelings inward, not expressed, and that's really what it is. Fine is just a catchword to end the conversation. So if you talk to somebody, check in on them, see how they're doing, even if they're smiling, make sure they're okay. And if they say they're fine, dig a little deeper, find a little bit more. And I have my amazing sponsors, starting with my dear sis, Dr. Constance Leland. Absolutely adore you, sis. And she is here to level up the world through education, and she is doing it. She has, besides being an educator and being able to put programs together to help people in so many different areas, and believe me, it's a lot of different areas. She also does press releases. She also has connection to premium magazines at a discount, because my sis, when it comes to money, it's like we look for the discount. How can we do something at a reasonable price? I mean, $50,000 to get into a magazine, that doesn't seem reasonable to me, but there's ways to knock these things down, and she's done it for me, and her writing is also amazing. Look at all these industries that she can help you get into. This is what she does. She has that ability to get you into almost any industry you want. You got the book you get ready to put out there. You have a show, you have a product, a new business. Talk with her, scan the QR code. The one thing she will do is make sure that you are ready to do it. She's not the type that's going to say, okay, we'll do the press release, send it out, done. No, she wants to make sure that you are ready with your message before it goes out. Again, level up, education. If she has to, she'll help educate you on this. And look where she's at. She has podcast, radio, TV show, live stream. She'll be on her live streams tomorrow at this time. Her first TV show is at this same time on Thursday. She's on doing Influencing You. I believe that's what it is. That's on Fridays, a live event. And on Sundays at 7 p.m. Pacific time, TV show number 2. I mean, she's on almost every day of the week, and many times you'll find her on the Hounds of Business. And speaking of which, Hounds of Business Community, another one of my sponsors, absolutely love how they take the approach of collaboration over competition. So the Hounds of Business, and check with Mike Ashebrainer, the leader of the pack. When it comes to working together, bringing people together, it becomes easy to see how you can sit back and work together with somebody that you thought you should be competing with. Because what you find out is you working together, collaboration brings new ideas, opens new markets for those involved. It reduces a lot of the stress involved in putting a project out there because you have teamwork. You're not doing it solo. So check out the Hounds of Business. Check out the great people that are in there, because there are amazing people. They're in a lot of different industries. This is the place to go and say, hi, I want to join and be a part of a community that lifts people, not puts them down. And then there's my dear sis with C&M Consulting, a leading management and advisory consulting firm specializing in human resources. And this is her bailiwick, is human resources, HR. CMC centers around empathy-driven and heart-led solutions. And if there's one person in this world I know who definitely is empathy-led, it's my sis. So they ensure compliance with regulatory requirements while fostering a culture of trust and workplace excellence. You got a business, HR, it's important. It's one of the key pieces of making that business work, because you probably have a lot of people in the business. So go ahead and check out CMC. And then when I talk about my sister, this was our last anthology. This one is Against the Grain, Finding Belonging in a World of Resistance. And when we do these anthologies, we did 4 of them last year, and the proceeds, what we made once these books were published, went back to communities. The first book, Moving Beyond Boundaries, Thriving in Life's Gray Zone, that went to plant trees in Madagascar. The second book, Moving Beyond Boxes, Journey to Self-Discovery, that was also trees, but those went to Honduras. The third one, Rebel with a Cause, because we lost one of our dear sisters in the writing process. Those proceeds are going to mental health. And then this one, Against the Grain, Finding Belonging in a World of Resistance. This is going to Confronting Domestic Violence, which, if you look on this picture, right there's Agape right in the middle of the photos, beautiful photos, next to Mike Aschenbrainer, by the way. And that's where the proceeds for this are going. And then lastly, we have this academics going, and we're in the process of writing. I need to update this. But what I really want you to know about is these papers. It's like papers, it's going to be a book. There's going to be a summit in the end of April where each of the authors that is doing these papers is going to present their findings. They're going to present the paper. So we just want to make sure that you're aware that it's coming, and be able to attend this presentation, because you're going to find some amazing research and some amazing ideas. So with that, let me see who's here. Oh, start off with my dear sis, April. Great to see you, April. And then, yes, CJ is definitely an inspiration. And dear sister Lisa, I'm so happy to have you here, Lisa. So April has a lot of focus on breathing, retreats, basically just getting yourself back in tune in the world. She's had a retreat in Bali, which I know is amazing. Another one down near San Diego, which was also amazing. And then Lisa, when it comes to menopause, she is the person to go to. She is the go-to. And for you guys, you get to go through andropause. So she knows that one too. She is an amazing resource for all of that. So check out both of these amazing sisters. And now I'm going to bring up Homer. How's it going?
Hi, Susanna. Finally here. So yeah, yes, doing good. Thank you so much for that. First of all, thank you so much for the invitation. So I'm very happy and excited as well. Whatever conversation that we'll gonna have. So let's make it fun. So to all the viewers, thanks for hopping in.
Well,
Yeah.
and you're basically halfway around the world from me in
Uh
Philippines.
huh.
So you have a whole different perspective on the world, which it's such a diverse world. We need the different perspectives for everybody to see, to know, get to know each other, get to learn. And that's why I love having you on today.
Yep.
And so I always like to start out with just kind of tell everybody a little bit about you. It's kind of like whatever you want, and
Mhm.
what got you to where you're at now.
Well, uh, historically, when we talk about my career, because your show is more about like a dreamer. Maybe I'm the type of person because I'm an artist. I'm not sure if you're fond of, you're fond of like how you call that, like astrology. If you're, what month are you? What's your birth month, by the way, Susanna?
I'm a Taurus.
Taurus, okay. So my mom is a Taurus as well. So if I'm an Aries, so I'm more of like ambitious, very resilient. And also one of my how you call this, let's say attitude maybe, is a dreamer. So um before, way back in the, when call center industry, like taking in calls in Philippines was in booming, like it was like around 2010. So I actually like wanted to be part of that industry. My dad doesn't want me to be there because according to him, being in a call center is not really like a noble job, yeah. Hi, April. I made it. so, so he wanted me to become a teacher, something like that, or a doctor. But, I don't know. There's something in being like, conversing to clients, to customers that I'm getting fond of, because communication is my thing, and but way back, if you're going to flashback like 14 years ago, if you're gonna ride like a time machine, and the way how I converse is really different. My Because just like Dr. CJ, my language, my mother tongue, or my main tongue is more of like Cebuano. That's because we have like a lot of languages here in Philippines. So, but we do have this universal language, which is the English. So, good thing about Filipinos, we're very, versatile in terms of learning languages, and one of these is English. So we're very good at it. We can even like mimic even different kinds of languages. You know that because the Dr. CJ is very good at it. Yeah. And then so there you go. So I practice and practice. There was one time I didn't think about the salary yet because really wanted to learn. Um, so when I started, so it was really tough, because there was one time, I just reading like script, and I don't know what I'm reading about because all I want is to be in on that kind of campaign. And then the first the first caller that I spoke with, I was an agent that time before I level up my role. Because right now I'm a client relations manager now. So when I started in the lower rank, um the first caller that I spoke with, cursed me. And then here in our family, Filipinos are not really fond of like cursing. Though my dad is very strict, but we're not really like fond of like saying something like "f you," something like that. And then, and Americans, even outside, they're that's the normal thing to them. And when, funny thing about that, Susanna, when I heard that kind of words, and I was shocked. Someone told me that or cursed me, and I went to the bathroom. I really cried because it was tough, and that's actually one of the struggles that I've been through chasing my dream, because I really wouldn't wanted to be part of that kind of of this kind of industry, cause being a call center agent. And then after that, I learned to be like not to like take things seriously, like whatever the whatever my customer is saying to me, I just like shrug it off, like, hey, that's not personal, it's just like a job, something like that. So I'm getting used to it, like day by day, and I always like practice and practice and practice, and here it is. And then after that, of course, opportunities came in, and I was able to provide to my family, because I'm a breadwinner at the same time. So I was able to support my college as well, before, and I was able to graduate, and I was able to handle my own team, become a manager. Sales, by the way, is another niche that I also love to do, and I still love to learn though, but I still love to learn, because it's learning for me is really never ending process. So here I am. So still wanted to learn. I wanted to, like, as much as I can, learn a lot of things and make my my cup still empty. So, and I'm lucky because I'm part of the Hounds of Business.
Mhm,
So I'm with Sir Mike Azure Banner, doing you know some some few tasks. Sometimes I really don't understand what are the tasks that he's telling me, but I just say yes. Okay, yes, boss. After that, I research. I research. Oh, okay, I get it. Okay, boss. Something like that. So, okay, and then if in case that maybe one mantra that I always tell to myself, that every that also Dr. CJ also taught me, that if someone that will ask you to do something, just say yes, Homer, and then okay, and then just research it, go research it, just say yes, something like that. Oh, I just realized, yeah, that's right. So, because if you will say no, so you will just say there's something like limit you to do something. But if you're gonna say yes, all of the energies in the world, in the universe, will help you to push you in the limit, and you will be limitless, and you will find way on how you're going to do that, because you're limitless. Like, hey, because there's it's like an adrenaline. Like, you can. I felt that. I don't know if you felt that, Susanna. Like, if you wanted to do something, like, um there's something in you that pushes you to do that, to finish that task, um because you just wanted to finish it, and after you finish it, there's like fulfillment, and then you wanted to do more, something like that. I'm not
mhm.
sure if it's in me, because each individual is really different, but that's me. Sometimes I am also confused about myself, because sometimes if someone like give me instructions and they're not like satisfied, I really wanted to make sure that they're really satisfied of my outputs. um yeah, because right now I'm also a virtual assistant. Call center industry is different from being virtual assistant. It's a different work this time. That's also one thing that I wanted to learn. It's a different kind of environment, and it's really challenging because it's really broad, and I wanted to, like, to as much as possible to learn everything, because my ultimate goal, what, Susanna, is to have my own agency, and all Filipinos are all VAs, because I always believe that all Filipinos are very hardworking, something like that.
Mhm.
So sounds ambitious, but I think it is what it is. So yeah, that's on me. I'm a dreamer, huh?
Well,
Yeah,
the world needs the dreamers because it's the
yeah,
dreamers that come up
true,
with the ideas, that come
true.
with the new the new things, or that are able to see things in a different way.
Yeah, true, true. Yeah,
And so that's yeah, quite frankly, I think a lot of people are probably afraid to dream because
true.
it's going to
I
be
think.
a fear of either failure,
Yeah, I
rejection.
suppose to tell you that.
These are two of
Yeah,
the biggest fears that so many of us have to deal with. Is that fear of failure and fear of rejection because you don't know how people are going to treat you if you
mm-hmm.
stumble, and and quite frankly, in many ways, we're afraid to even open the door to try it because our own fear is telling us if you do this, this will happen, but you don't know it's going to happen. If
True,
you do this and you stumble, that may be what you needed to take the next step and really blossom.
true. That's true. I totally agree. It's either they're afraid to fail or they're just afraid to try because they will not see if they will fail if they will not try. But sometimes, um, if in case that you will try once, it doesn't mean it's not yours. Because you know what, when I applied being a call center agent, Susana, I really applied a lot of companies before I was hired. So I tried gazillion times before a company really absorbed me. So that's a time, and I even ask science. I'm not sure if you believe in science, Susanna, because if I always I'm a religious, by the way, type of person, because that's how my family brought me. If I ask the Lord, like, hey Jesus, if it's really for me, give me a sign. So, and of course, the Lord will not like give you heavens if you're not gonna work hard for it, right? So, I really work hard for it, train for it, and I was able to meet it. And of course, it will not end there. So try and try until you're going to have that kind of glory. So something like that. So is that they're afraid to try, or they're just thinking negative at the back of their mind that they will fail? So all of the negatives in their mind will really like reflect. It's more of like manifestation. I'm not sure if you also believe in manifestation. What you manifest in your mind, if you're a dreamer, manifestation is really important. So it's more of like a
Yeah,
positive outlook, yeah, in that you have in your mind. So yeah,
you always want to be looking at those opportunities at,
true.
and in so many ways I've seen this, and I've been in some places where there'd be breathing exercises, and a meditation where the person in charge kind of walks you through this simple scenario to basically it's a manifestation.
True.
It's visualizing where you want to be. I did one where the way she did it, because it was part of a course this gal was doing, and
Mhm.
so she goes through and it's the meditation, and
Yeah.
oftentimes I fall asleep this time, and as we're going through it, she's she was taking it's like me and the future me and maybe even younger me. I don't remember
True.
all meeting at some point, but then it's kind of like asking future me how did I get on stage, because that's really what I
True.
was looking at, and then
Nice.
I see myself walking up on stage to talk to a large group of women, and,
Nice.
and when you do these, you also want to. In this case, it was like feeling what it was. I needed to see the dress that I had when I got on,
Yeah.
and then later on, I came back and after it was done, and I still remember it. As soon
True.
as I saw that dress, it's like I bought
Uh-huh.
it. So that it's like it's there as another piece of that manifestation that's going to happen. That I'm
True.
gonna wear
True.
that dress on stage
Yeah.
someplace and have it.
True, true. I wanna tell you a story. Like, I'm not sure if you're fan of like Miss Universe. Like, uh, this candidate, famous in Philippines, like Catriona Gray. Like she dreamed of like won the Miss Universe title when she was a kid. He dreamed about it, and it did happen. So I think when you dream, if you're really like if you really wanted something aside from working hard for it, once your mind and soul it's in you,
Mhm.
everything like manifest. The universe would really help you achieve it. So if you just like dream it and you're not doing something, and you know just like that, and nothing would really happen. I think if you would like to dream something, you have to work your ass. Sorry, you would really work. You would really work your very best, your hardest, and then everything will follow. So that's my mantra.
Work your
So
butt
there, true, true.
off.
So
This
yeah,
Miguel is here, and then just to give you this, because CJ gave you a message, so and she wants to know if you saw her edits.
yes, I did.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
here we go. But yeah, it's I mean all of this stuff. It's
Hmm.
manifesting the dream, the vision, being able to visualize, and the different ways to do that too. Because I've done
Amazing.
um, yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Um, and yeah, that's my sis. I think I was wondering how long it would take until she said smile.
True. And you know what? I want to tell you a story,
Yeah,
Susanna, because I love, you know, make not really make stories, because all of my stories are really true. It's really based on my experience. As a matter of fact, every time that I will close a sale, because I'm a sales manager, right? I was a sales manager before. I always like tell stories to my clients, and after that, I was able to close a deal. There was one time that I applied for a trainer in a certain, of course, call center. I was rejected, and it was really hurtful because me, uh, I I've I've earned and gained a lot of knowledge based on experience. Imagine they hired someone that's younger compared to me, that's I'm more tenured. So it was really like a slap to my face, like what's missing, or what did I miss? It's not more about like them, because I respect their process and all that stuff, like how they select something like that. But it's more of like me. Sometimes what are the results? I always ask myself, like I always like face the mirror. Hey Homer, because I hate failure, to tell you honestly. Hey Homer, what happened? Like where did you like miss? What are the things that you have not done correctly? Something like that. So because I really wanted to like level up myself,
mhm,
and then level up my career all the time, because that's really my goal, to really have like, after achieving this, I would like to achieve that, something like that. So I was unable to achieve that kind of goal of mine. So I was like really devastated and disappointed of myself. So after that, I still practice and practice, and luckily one another company noticed my potential, and yeah, I grabbed that opportunity because they saw something in me, and I was so I felt so special, and
right.
that's that everything of my everything had changed. So yeah, and I think that's the way how it is. Um, if you're a dreamer, you will not become a dreamer if you're just gonna be stuck into something that you really that would really like settle you for something that you really don't like. Sometimes being a dreamer can also connect to being ambitious, and being a dreamer sometimes being can be connected to be like like it can also you really want into something more of yourself. There's nothing wrong being ambitious, by the way, Susanna, because
Right.
as long as you don't like step onto somebody and it would benefit to everybody, especially on myself. I wanted to be somebody, let's say, earn a higher career so that I can be able to earn more and make my parents proud more, something like that. So it's like it's like it makes me them and makes them proud. So something like that. So there. So I think it boils down to that kind of, connotation. So yeah.
Well, and as dear sis CJ will say, no means next opportunity.
True, true. Yeah. So
So
there.
when somebody comes at you and it's like they say no, don't take it negatively.
Mhm.
Take it as it wasn't for you and on to the next opportunity.
Yeah. Especially if you're um I'm not sure if what type of um characteristic of a Taurus, if somebody if like will tell you to stop it, because me, if you're an Aries, you're a hard-headed. If if somebody will tell you stop of doing that, or stop doing that because it's not for you, me, no, I'm not. If you will tell me to tell if you're going to tell me to stop because it's not for you, that's a time that my adrenaline, the fire, because I'm a fire sign, the fire in me would really like, fire more, and I would like to push myself more and really, achieve what I want to, happen. I always like share to this to my mom, and she will just like listen. Okay, okay. She's like that because she knew it, that she cannot really like stop me of what I really want to happen. So like that. So that's me, being a dreamer. So there. So there.
Exactly, and
Mhm.
I love that about everything because
Yeah.
we need more dreamers. Like I said,
True.
there's too many people. I feel like there's a lot of people that they don't dream. They just they'll say they dream, but when you listen to what they're trying to do, what they want, it doesn't feel like a dream. It feels more
At
like a
all. True. It's like how you describe that. It's like it's vague, it's that it doesn't have a meaning at all. um yeah, they just like goes with the flow. Me, I dream, not really me, maybe, hopefully it also resonate to others. Me, I dream because of my family. I want to provide a better life with them. Sometimes I also, there was one time that when I dream of, like, let's say, providing good food to my family. Because here in Philippines, really hard, as I tell you. When I way back in my college days, I can't even afford myself. Even my mom is a businesswoman, but it's not like a regular business for her. Even my dad is a teacher. Being a teacher in here in Philippines in public school is, it's really tough because we're five in a family. So all of us are goes in this. I mean, went to school. Though we're riding a cab, like a cab, a taxi, but everybody will see us as rich, but we're not rich. Maybe like somewhat in the middle part, but I don't see us like, rich. Maybe in the middle, but because my dad's still having hard time to really like, support us, because my dad here, because if here's a setup here in Philippines, if you already have a family, you are still connected with your old family, like your original family, like your mom and dad still. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's going to be my grandma, my grandpa. So they're still gonna ask money from you because something like that. So it's really difficult compared in US. I believe if you're around like you're in 16ish or 18ish, so that's gonna be the time that you're gonna be on your own, something like that. I wanted to have that kind of culture, but here in the Philippines it's real different because you still have, your obligation, your responsibility to help your sister, your brother, because something like that. And I don't find it, as a big deal because I also really wanted to help them, because it's I think it's your choice to help them, and I also wanted to help because that's me. But sometimes others, they don't want to do that. Yeah, so it's really different. It's really your choice. Right now I'm helping my brother to, to have his own family. So that's also one of my drives. That's why I really wanted to push myself to the limit. So maybe that's also my legacy as well. So that someday somehow, my hopefully my brother will realize that, yeah, I have another brother who helped me, something like that. If not, and that's totally fine. At least the Lord knows that I've done something right in this world, right? So there. So yeah. So that's my thing. I don't wanna, like, I'm not the type of person that, hey, I was able to help you because of this, because of that. No, I'm not like that. Wait, I always believe in good karma, because if you did something good to someone, to somebody, the universe will revolve and give you all the blessings that you deserve. By the way, guys, to all the viewers, it's my birthday on 21st.
Okay.
I'm accepting gifts. I know my address is here in Philippines. I'm just kidding. Yeah, so it's really different. It's the culture in Philippines is really different. So yeah, but yeah, I'm not sure in the way the culture that you have in US, but what I know is that if you're in US, once you're like teens, like you're around 16ish, I mean 18ish or above, so you're free to go, so you can live on your own. But here in Philippines is different, so there. So there's also um that also locks me to achieving my own dream, because I would like to have it on my own, but I also have to think about my family, what's gonna happen, what will happen to them. So I'm like that, so I don't want to like leave them, because I'm not like that. So because I always like value my family so much, so I love them so much. So there.
Yeah.
So there.
And families are different everywhere. So,
True.
um, and it can be different here.
Yeah.
But I did actually visit the Philippines. What, maybe 9 years ago
Really?
ish.
When I mean, where was that?
All for me, it was basically fly into Manila, and then
Manila. Okay.
after I think it was like one night in Manila, and then took a bus down to
Mm,
a dock uh, at the south end of the island, and then
nice.
one of those
Yeah.
little boats to go across to. In this case, I know there's a lot of different white beaches. This is not the white beach
True.
everybody knows, but this was
There's a lot.
called White Beach. Uh,
True.
so let's just say it was an interesting experience because
Mm,
I was used to China.
I see.
Some ways, it is much more crowded in Manila than it was.
Manila.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should try here in Davao. I have not yet tried in Cebu. But Davao, especially in Samal, is nice as well. It's more of like it's a mini Boracay. I'm not sure if you've been to Boracay. It's a white sand as well. So if you love beaches, so that's also a cool place right there. A lot of hundreds of islands so that you can visit.
Well,
So there,
has it
yeah.
right there. It's like, "No, I
Yeah.
can't go to the Philippines without you, sis, because I know it's gonna be a better journey." The last time we got to the ferry station late, so we ended up sleeping
Really.
outside, waiting until morning for the ferry station to open, and basically got eaten up by mosquitoes
I see. And one
and
more thing.
refused
Good.
and refused the offers. It's like there was somebody going around offering to take people to the other island, and
Really.
it's like, "No, I'm not gonna risk that." I've heard too many stories about getting in a boat and then, um, getting off halfway to the destination. Thanks.
I see. Right now, I think traveling is not that hard compared before because Filipinos are very, yeah, there you go. Filipinos are very, how you
Thousands?
describe it? Yeah, Filipinos are very like how you call that, looks, they're looking ways and how they can earn money. Um, I think you can see someone that would really like teach you how to go to this, like human GPS, something like that. So something like that. So there's human drone, something like that. Funny. Yeah, something like that. So Filipinos are found like that. So you will see for yourself. Funny. But it's real because Filipinos are fond of like finding ways and how they can earn money. So we're like that. So there,
Right.
just in
Oh, yeah,
order for us to survive. So
and I
so
get that.
foreigners is like gems for us here, like tourist people that will go here in Philippines. Yeah, you're very welcome here in Philippines. Yeah.
We refused offers to get in somebody's car to go from point A to point B, because it's like, a 3-hour drive from Manila to the southern
Amazing.
to the ferry station that we went to, and those boats, I mean, I'm not a boat person anyway, so,
I
um,
love water.
I would have to learn that. I
Yeah.
I was on a sailboat in China, and let's just say when I had to go down into it to use the little room, I almost got seasick.
Yeah, cool. Nice,
So
nice.
so yeah, it's wanting to do that right,
Yeah.
and quite frankly, one of the places I would love to go in the Philippines
Yeah.
too is, um, Guadalcanal, the island at the going into the Philippine Bay of Manila,
Mm-hmm.
because it's something that I during college, I was a history major and military
Mm-hmm.
history especially, and primarily World War II, so I did a lot of, naval history and Pacific World War II
Mm-hmm.
history. So the the island of Guadalcanal and how long it stood and the rock that it was at the beginning of
Mm-hmm.
the invasions and everything, uh, it's like if I could go one place, that's one place that I feel like would be fun to go to. I just don't know what it would really look like now.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. So there's like nice places and all that stuff. So there, even food. So you could also like try everything here. So yeah,
And that's the other thing. I have to be with the right people to
true.
try the different foods.
Mm-hmm. True, true.
Um,
And you should bring your cameras with you because that's going to be a very good experience for sure.
oh, yeah,
So
and with sis, it's like, yeah, how can I not? Because it's if I've had people try to get me to eat new things,
balut. You should try balut. Yeah.
and if there's one person that I think really could get me to try something that I'm just not sure about.
Uh-huh.
It's gonna be sis.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but
Yeah.
it's also that trust. So,
True.
but I know there's it, and the food's gonna be regional too, right? So it depends
Yeah.
on where you go in terms of what you're gonna get. I mean, it's very similar to China.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite food when I was in China was in the central part because it
Mm-hmm.
was lamb and it was on the skewers, and I could eat that like crazy. Um, but when they brought me down to where the seafood was, it's like, I'm not going for the seafood,
I
and
love seafood.
I think part of it's because I know what the waters look like.
Oh, okay.
And the fish, what I didn't like with the fish was how bony it was.
Mm,
I'm used to fish and chips. So think British, think American fish and chips. It's going to be
mm,
cod. It's going to be something that's virtually boneless
mm.
versus some of these fish that, yeah, it may have tasted good, but you're picking bones out like crazy. It's like, no, 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 no. And at a
Makes
big
you
group
it
table, it's like, I don't
yeah.
touch this.
I see.
Yeah, I'm sure Steve's got a lot of. So
Yeah,
it's a yeah, going there. I'm looking forward to it because
yeah,
I kept getting
nice.
what they call the American
Let's
breakfast,
true.
and
Let's invite Sir Mike as well. I'm sure it's going to be fun.
oh yeah, that was the American breakfast. That was eggs over easy,
Yeah,
which CJ likes. She knows what I like, um, and a slice of spam,
yeah.
and I think
Every
there was something else with it, but
yeah. You know what? Yeah. Every time that he will give me instructions and he will just Sir Mike, he will just tell me Homer, Homer, and I was like, who, something like that.
this is something nobody ever did, sis. They just said pick it out. It's like I didn't want to.
It's like
Exactly. Oh,
yeah.
of course, for me, Al, it was all in the Zhengzhou, Kaifeng area. So
I see.
that's where
Nice.
I had, and it's always fun to see the different meals because they had a flatbread that I
True.
absolutely loved up there, and so it's like I would be walking around the city, and of
Uh,
course, like the only non-Chinese walking around most of the time,
mm-hmm.
and walk up to some hole in the wall and get my bing or get some fried chicken or going under a what like 10 lanes of freeway. There'd be people cooking and selling all kinds of stuff, and so one was basically these flat corn things that would get rolled up. And so it's like, okay, this is fun. I loved seeing all the different foods.
Yeah. I think uh for China, I'm not really like very particular in Chinese food, but I think more of like noodles. I'm
Mhm.
more of like that, but I'm not really like specific. I'm not sure if dumplings is more of Chinese kind of thing.
It
So
is.
that's it.
They,
Dumplings, okay.
yes, they
Yeah.
have a dumpling. They have pot
Uh,
stickers.
I see.
One of the things I love was what what I was taught was hambao, which was
Mm,
basically like a pork bun. So there's
mm.
a
Shao
pork
pao.
meat
Shao
sauce.
pao. What's
It's
the
fun. And then I had in the southern part though, I had my noodle guy. I
I love noodles.
because all I had to do is walk in. It got to the point where I walked in, and yes, I'll put that up, sis. I would walk into the space because it was open.
True.
I would go to one place, I would get like 4 or 5 yuan of this flatbread that they kind of boiled in oil, but it was so delicious. And once it was done baking, then they put this red paste on it and then cut it up.
Uh-huh.
And you just say how much you want. So I
Yeah.
said, okay, I want 4 yuan, I want 5 yuan today. And they would cut it up, put it in a little baggie. I pay for it, go get a Diet Coke, and then
Uh-huh.
walk I would walk past all the open market stuff into this one room at the back, little restaurant,
Yeah.
which was only open till 11.
Mm.
I walk in, the guy would look at me and he'd just go like this, one or two. I would bring my own container, and usually it was just one, but it was like, do I want one order of the noodles or do I want two? And then
Mm.
he would make them, and I it had chicken in it. It was noodles, chicken. I have no idea what the sauce mixture was because I swear the containers were not original containers.
Mm.
So who knows what was going into it? But it
Yeah,
was like a $2 breakfast that filled me for the day.
true. And Dr. C, oh, there you go. Sh- yeah, there you
Yes,
go. Asking me for karaoke and dancing. Yeah, yeah, let's do that.
yes.
Cool.
Well, I told you I've never danced, and I haven't, I haven't sung uh, since childhood.
Really.
And Leanna, fashionability is always fine. So I'm just glad you're here.
Yeah.
Just as with Al coming in. So this was great. Exactly. Those river fish, I can't do it.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, true. Milkfish. But I don't think, yeah, milkfish is or bangus in Philippines. Because bangus is like there's like two options if you have it boned or deboned, so that you'll not be having hard time to, to eat it. Actually, they're having like a debate if bangus and lapu-lapu. If not, if don't quote me on this. Bangus and lapu-lapu. Lapu-lapu is another species of fish that they're trying to. They debate if that's going to be their like that's going to be our national fish. So, but right now it's still bangus, the milkfish. So I love milkfish. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. We've turned this into a food conversation.
Instead of
It's turning
OMG,
very
I'm hungry now.
yeah, yeah. I'm thinking that too. It's like, oh dang, I
Yeah.
wish I'm not. I'm, I'm not going back to just to get my noodles. So,
Yeah, true.
uh, and there's this with more stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
it,
Oh,
it's
you know what? I want to share something, Susanna.
yeah,
Every time that, let's say, for example, I mean, not really for example, because that it's in me. Like when every time that I really like work so, or like in a normal day in my job, like when I work so hard and let's say in a week span of week because I'm in a sales environment this time in a week that we have to like hit our quota something like that. After that I always like ask my mom to that we need to go out in a buffet kind of thing, and then all of the food we're going to eat, and then it's like a reward for me. So that's also one thing that's also one thing for me to really like, you know one of my, pushes me um to really like push myself to the limit. So yeah, so I think that's also important when you dream. It's not only about achieving something, but at the same time you have to reward yourself at the end of the
yeah,
day. Yeah, it's not always like money. Sometimes when you dream, once you achieve it, you have to reward yourself, right? So what do you want to accomplish? What do you want to achieve? Say you wanted to get a new phone, you wanted to treat yourself, you wanted to buy new clothes, something like that. That's part of the process. So I think that's everything rolls out with the process, something like that. So I think that's also important. What is your dream, and what do you want to achieve, and what's in it for you, something like that. And yeah, so it's going to be it's a process, so something like that. So
Well,
that's a yeah.
celebrate
True.
every step forward.
Yeah,
Don't wait for the dream to complete. Celebrate as you go because that makes it easier to keep going.
true, true. Yeah. And there was like a song that I actually posted it in my Facebook. I really love to sing it, and every time that I sing it, and it makes me cry. I'm very emotional, by the way. It's from I'm not sure if the what's show something, um, Million Dreams, something like that. Um, I close my eyes, something like that. I close my eyes and see. So the stanzas are there. It really reflects, every time that I hear that kind of the few lines of the stanza, it brought me to the time that I started, something like that. So it makes me cry, and it pushes me to, and it ignites my fire to still dream, even if I am on this part already. I still wanted to push myself to the limit and achieve more, so that I could be able to, help my family, help my mom and my brother, something like that. Yeah, something like that. So there you go. So
Yeah, and it's just been
that's one thing. I think that also helps. Like, we're always I always have this mindset that you will not go somewhere if you don't know how to look back. You can look back, but you can never go back. So yeah, there you go. Greatest Showman, A Million Dreams.
that's
Yeah,
good
you're
covered.
right, Al. So there, so something like that. So I always like, you can look back. You can look back, like how far I've gone through, how far that I've accomplished, something like that. Oh, I've came so far already, so I'm here. So what are the things that I need to do more, something like that. I think that's also one thing that you have to realize yourself, and sometimes you have to have a tap on your shoulder. If somebody will not tap you, just tap on your shoulder. It's fine, Homer. Everything is fine. Everything will be fine. You can do it. Something like that. So you can just go on, something like that. Because if everybody cannot do it, you have to do it on your own. So I think that's one thing as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and that's so true too. Don't forget your roots.
True, true. Wow. Amazing. Yeah.
Well, that's why
Let's
I
go.
working with my sis because it's just bouncing ideas, doing things together. It's just life is so much better when you've got somebody that you can do that with, and
True,
you've got that sense of belonging, and that's really what we want to create
true.
is a community of belonging where people aren't they're not going after each other, they're not talking behind each other's backs.
Yeah,
It's a community that they really do care about, look out for each other, and um, there is no judgment.
true. And I'm not really like making. I think I'm not making it generalized, but you would really like feel if you really belong to a group of people. If you really belong, you can really sense that. Me
Mhm.
myself, if I think that I'm not belong, because as much as possible, I don't want to like be straightforward. That I really don't like you. Sometimes I just like, just leave. And I think this is not for me. This group is not for me. So I was, Okay, bye. Bye. Something like that. Okay, bye.
I'm gonna let you
uh,
answer. I know we're
yeah,
getting to the end of this, but I'm gonna let you answer Al's question since he
sure.
has it for you. What are your
What are
immediate dreams?
immediate dreams? Immediate. When you say immediate, let's say like are you referring to short term?
You
Short,
define it. You
yes.
define it.
Mm, right, because right now, I'm fine. I am fine with what where I am right now. Immediate dream, maybe I wanted to. I cannot think of my own yet. But I'm trying to make my. It's more of like more about my mom. You know, I want. Oh, I don't want to cry. That I wanted to make her in a, you know, I call that, in a situation that she will like feel pretty again, like she will have the immediate like have the foot spa again, like the nail polish, something like that, like the ribbon, something like that. So
Mhm.
that's the immediate, yeah, that I can think of. More of like comfortability, because it hurts me every time that I see her that she's not comfortable, because among of the five siblings that we have, I'm only the one that, you know, that have not yet been married yet. So as much as possible, I would like to, I wanted to fulfill my, you know, my promise to my dad, because my dad already left when 5 years ago due to dialysis, that I wanted to make them proud, and I wanted to fulfill that dream of mine, that making them proud. And one of that is making my mom comfortable, and, you know, yeah, making her happy. um yeah, simple like that. Just like that. So there, I don't want to like make her feel like worried about our, you know, the bills. As much as possible, I would like to take care of that. Yeah, so that's my immediate dream. Not I haven't like I have not like dream of on my own yet. um Maybe soon, but more of like more of my family, specifically on my mom. So there, maybe someday. So there.
I love
So yeah, yeah,
that's great. So
yeah.
it's been great. I know we're at the end. I wanna make sure everybody knows how to get a hold of you, and if you have any um, last suggestions or nuggets that you want to give out.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I would like to extend my, you know, how grateful I am to meet, of course, Dr. CJ, because as I can still remember, oh, when LinkedIn was, you know, popped out, something like that. I met her. She's one of the, you know, she's one of the few folks that really like, you know, fought for me, like, hey, something like that. I
Mhm.
can still remember like this, something like that. So I was like, oh wow, this girl is very like ballistic, huh? so so I was like suffering a very hard, you know, hard
Right.
situation on my end, that during that time that I have to pick up my pieces. And it's really like, and I try to research about her. Oh, it's really like me. She's like a female version of me, something like that. So okay, okay, cool. So I searched about her. So and then we chatted, something like that. And the first the first Zoom that we did, I don't even know how to use Zoom yet, because I'm really all over the place. You know, when you are in a situation that you're trying to put yourself back again, because I was really abused, you know, Susanna, with the previous job that I had. Like people like really like overused me. They like all of the my skills and all that stuff, you know. It's real tragic, and they earned a lot of money from me, to tell you honestly. And me, my goal is just to make the company better.
Right.
and there's nothing left for me. So something like that. Imagine I'm not like I'm not like I'm not like picking my chair up. I'm only I got promoted. I got promoted as a manager after a week. I'm only the one who did that. Yeah. So, but my my superior ahead of me used me so that I don't want to put so that he will be some things or somebody. So I felt like okay, the world is really unfair, and I cannot really like take it something like that. So, so there. So I was able to meet the great people in LinkedIn, Sir Zion, Dr. CJ, you, Sir Micah, Sir Banner, and I was able to pick myself up. And everything fall in the right places, and I'm sure it will not end there. I'm not mad at them, to tell you honestly. As I think it's really part of the process of my growth. I know how to say yes and to say no. Sometimes you don't have to say yes all the time. You have to really like see for yourself if you're aligned of what you're doing,
Mhm.
of what you want, something like that. So that's also one thing that I also would like to impart to our viewers, that sometimes you don't have to say yes all the time because it would really like affect you as well. It would drain you. So there. So being a dreamer, it's nice. Being a dreamer and ambitious, it's so nice, especially if your intention is it's gonna be a good effect to everybody, especially for your family, something like that. And there's really nothing wrong with that. You know what? I can still remember somebody asked. I actually dream of having my own. I having my own car. You know, because I don't have any car yet, but that's actually one of my dream. And the person told me that why would you dream of that? You don't have like enough money to pay for it. Okay, I will look for it. Simple as that. Right now, I'm a part-time real estate agent. So I really want, yeah, I'm selling condos. So I always like find ways to earn money. So I think there's really no impossible if you really like wish for something, dream of something, because it the world revolves in you. If you manifest of something that you want, you have to do something. It's not
Right.
like an apple in a tree that will fall on you. So you have to work your yourself, right? So you really you really work hard for it. So there, that's my thing. So
Awesome.
there.
I love it. And yes, it was great getting to meet you in the
Yeah,
first
me
place, and uh, I absolutely adore my sis. So
yeah.
she's telling me I'm now Filipino. I was like, okay, sis. But yes, I'm so glad that you were here this week, and
Yeah.
and everybody that joined in. And I love how organic these conversations are, because we start one place and
Impromptu.
like,
No script at
let's
all.
do like more structure. I
Let's
just
go.
and so they both work. I love
Yeah.
it. So thank you again for being here. Thank you
Yeah.
everybody for having
Thank you
attended, and
guys.
all the comments, everybody that was here, and I will see y'all next week on From Boxes to Butterflies. Bye.
Bye.